There aren't that many cities that have the asset that we have, and that is Route 66. And so certainly we are taking every effort to protect that. And it's a corridor that is known throughout the world, and there's only a number of cities that have it. So we definitely want to protect it in any way we can. And certainly planning is a big part of that.
When I was growing up in El Reno, and 66 was the main travel road, and the road came down much like it does today. It come in up Rock Island and over to Choctaw, and then turned there at Choctaw where the light is now. And that was the only light we had in town, and it didn't have it for a long time, but they finally put that light up. But that was 66, and you could go in there any time of the day or night, and that was, traffic was on that road.
What's interesting about Route 66 today in El Reno is that we recently tried to develop a theme about what El Reno is all about. And El Reno has so many different historical perspectives that it was really difficult to pinpoint one thing. Now, we always kept going back to Route 66. It's been an integral and an important part of El Reno. However, it was really difficult to just isolate that only, but we have made efforts to establish that identity as the Route 66 today.
Today, we even have people that are driving those 66 from one end to the other, and leaving Chicago and Missouri, and a lot of people don't realize it went through the corner of Kansas and then drops down into Oklahoma, and then on out through the panhandle of Texas and New Mexico and Arizona and on into California. And a lot of them people still drive that today. And we have people that come in. Last year we had a guy that come in that was driving that.
The thing about Route 66 that is so attractive to me as a historian of it and a love for the road is the fact that when I-40 was built, it only saved people 10 minutes of time by not going through the mom and pop towns like that. And so, but people who took Route 66, they drove it to have a good time, not to make good time.
It was known as, the Mother Road. It was also known as the Main Street of America in some areas.
I'm Richard Fogg. I'm a member of the Fogg Law Firm. My grandfather founded this law firm on November the 16th, 1901. Both my wife and I were born and raised in El Reno. My wife and I live at 1009 South Rock Island. And she has this vision for El Reno. She wants to take Rock Island and bring it back to its glory.
My name's Linda Fogg, and I am a almost lifetime resident of El Reno, all but about 10 or 11 years. When I was growing up, and it could be just a childhood idyllic memory, El Reno was the kind of town that you drove into and you didn't want to drive out. It was beautiful. Now, of course, I'm going to probably exaggerate that in my mind, but somehow, whenever, 20, 30, I don't know, we kind of gave our town away. And for whatever reason, a lot of the people moved off of Route 66 or off of Rock Island and didn't care about what the houses looked like. So I figure it happened on my shift, and maybe I can help get it back. So I'm married to a lawyer who is also a carpenter, and we take little houses that should be dozed, probably, and try to bring them back to just being a cute little house on Rock Island. Richard and I lived on the golf course, and we thought we needed to move over here to help my dad take care of my mom. And so we decided to move into a house that we bought at an auction right on Route 66. And we moved into the garage apartment. And we loved living in the garage apartment. And so we hired an architect, and Richard renovated the whole house, and now this is where we live, and we love it.
I would say there's not a week goes by when somebody doesn't stop. If I happen to be in the front yard and they say, we are looking for Route 66. And we said, you're on it, bub. Just keep on motoring and go up here and follow the signs. People, they'd be from Germany. They'd be from Costa Rica. They'd be from Brazil. They came to drive on Route 66.
I think a lot of people rent a car that are foreign travelers, rent a car in Chicago and drive Route 66. So we have people driving by all the time from all over the world.
Because of its center location, because of the fact that the town has basically been built around Route 66, a lot of our new facilities are immediately adjacent. A lot of our, I mean, I'm sure that in the early days, soccer fields were probably not the most popular thing that existed around, never mind Route 66, but any of our old roads, any of our old areas. But right now, as you travel through Route 66, you will see brand new soccer fields. You'll see a brand new skateboard park. You'll see a disc golf, which we call, by the way, our Route 66 disc golf course. And those type of facilities tend to meld that past with the future.
My name is Matt Sandage. I'm the Community Development Director with the City of El Reno, and I'm essentially the city planner. One of the major planning activities that has taken place over the last 3 years is the Southeast Industrial Sub-Area Plan, which actually outlined a corridor. It's the Route 66 overlay is what we call it, and that is, it's not supposed to discourage industrial development or even hide the fact that the eastern side of 66, the eastern side of the city is industrial, but it is meant to encourage more aesthetically pleasing elements to the developments and to really soften that edge as you come into town and protect the national scenic byway that it is. With the Planning Commission, we have been working toward getting a 66 overlay that would stretch all the way through town and really all the way to Reformatory Road out on Sunset. That is in the works, and as we move forward over the next couple of years, you'll start to see some of those improvements.
Well, if you look at it from a business perspective, I'm the first business building on Rock Island that's part of downtown. So they got to drive by my office to get downtown, all right? So that wasn't just an accident. We saw the opportunity for that, and I believe that we've enhanced the corner with the work that we've done. We've updated it, which is important, and it's really interesting. It's fascinating, actually. When we broke ground to do the remodeling on this building, my call volume went up 400%. Just having tractors in the front yard tearing down the old facade. And it's evidence of the fact that people look for growth and prosperity, and they want to see something that changes, that stays inside the traditions that we have. El Reno's a great town for kids to grow up in, and there's a lot of hoo-ha that goes on that talks about the limitations of El Reno, all of that sort of things. But I see things turning around. I see things that are working. We got a STEM center over here, science and technology, engineering and math facility that's going to be incredible. They're going to do things that have never been done before. And the current people that are operating that school system are working absolutely nonstop to make it a magnet. Hey, let's get us a magnet in El Reno.
I just believe that El Reno has a lot to offer, and it's, I think it's everybody as a community, it's their job, not just certain people, but it's everybody's job to promote their town as well as what they have.